Yeah, yeah, tricky match. That's the least I can say. It's been you live through everything. I mean, I lived through everything this match. I think it was a uh, very challenging match for me on so many different levels. When I look from my physicality to my, for the way that I felt after the first couple of sets. So, I mean, anything could have happened. I think the steal of that second set really helped me to keep on, to keep on believing, to keep on, trusting in my game and in my body. I think after the first couple of sets, he started playing amazing. I mean, there's not much else I could have done, I felt. So I had to pull the reins back a little bit and wait for an opportunity. I knew eventually I might get one throughout the fourth and the fifth, and it happened in the fifth. So I think that was the big difference today. And after that, I run with the match. But it was a very challenging. We both knew what's gonna happen in a way on a few big points, and it's I mean, in a way it could have also gone either way, but I was just very happy how I stuck with my game and really also stepped up my game where I really needed the most.
Thank you. Name and affiliation, one question each.
Congratulations, it's Charlie Eccleshare from The Athletic. You've spoken about the importance of preparation and recovery and all of that. Just wondered how much confidence that gives you going into these matches, knowing you've done all of that so well, and also just how tough it is playing a good friend like Andrey.
Yeah, I think let's start with the good friend part. I think it's never easy. I mean, whoever that I'm kind of close to on tour, it always adds up to the occasion. I mean, of course, we're professionals and we know what's at stake. But today was, I think, a match where, I mean, I knew I could count on a lot of things in my game, and in a way, I knew what I had to do like a little bit better than last time I played him. The past, I would say, like 4 weeks have been also like a bit challenging with me, I think, for me, like physically, because I wasn't really able to do certain things that I usually do before a slam. So I've put a bit of a question mark in. I put a question mark on myself. So, but leading up to the Open, like I was kind of increasing the load of my body, the way I was practicing, the hours I was putting in, and I really had to pace myself at a very, very different way that I've ever paced myself. I think so. That's what I'm saying. Here's the experience of things for me that I think really like pushed me over the line, and of course I'm building my game even more. I still believe I can step up a notch and play a better game.
Hey Grigor, Vinay for Inside Tennis. You cracked the top 10 this year. You made the quarters in Paris, and you're making the quarters here at the US Open. So what's the secret behind this resurgence this year, particularly while you're in your 30s?
There's no secret. I mean, there's no secret. There's no shortcuts either. Let me tell you that much. Even if I've tried, but no. I don't know. I think consistency over the course of one's career. It's the one thing is that I never quit. I never stopped working. I never stopped believing. Of course, I had my doubtful moments on so many levels, but I think once you win those like little battles with yourself, it kind of propels you to do something better, to be aware, of the opportunities that come around. And that's why I always say you always got to be ready for whatever comes on your way. I mean, in a way, it's not just tennis. I think it's everything, and I never shied away of that, of the work that I had to put in. I always wanted to improve, and then I never looked also on age any way. I keep on playing, and also like, I'm here, and the body is holding up, and the game I think is improving, and I still feel like that there's quite a bit more to squeeze out of myself in order to maybe not only play better but win bigger events and keep the dream alive.
Reem.
Hi, Grigor. Reem from the National. Congrats. Grigor, in the last couple of years, any conversations we've had with you, you say a lot that enjoying tennis more, enjoying the whole experience, and you're very appreciative. It's easier said than done for so many people.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm wondering for you, what is there anything that's helped you shift your perspective to go from maybe seeing the pressures and things to being able to enjoy
Yeah,
them?
life experience. uh, yeah, life experience. I don't know. I think uh, it's also not easy. You know, I still have my bad days. But now I kind of let them in. Like I don't force things as I used to force before, and maybe that's I think one of the part of like growing up. I think on so many different levels, not just for the sport, but I think for yourself. And there were some very difficult decisions I had to make for myself because I wanted to not only to be better on the court but also off the court. So I mean, I've always been very accountable of my own actions, but then I had to find a different way to handle certain things. Like, just put it that way. I mean, there's no point for me to elaborate more on that, but it's just you live and learn. I think that's also the maturity that I have had on and off the court that really I think helped me. And also I have a great team, great family, great close people. And then they don't shy away to tell me the truth. So I think that helps as well. I mean, I just want to live my dream. Like that's all I'm doing right now. I think tennis overall, it's just a moment. We have a window. I mean, I'm 15 years on tour, and it feels like it just went very quick. And it goes quicker and quicker every single year because, let's face it, I'm more closer to the end than the beginning. And so that makes you appreciate even more the times that you get to do that and winning those matches at that point now, and all the mental battles that you need to win first within yourself, and then things are easier outside.
Really?
We don't know for sure, of course, who you're playing next, but if you could take each one individually, maybe starting with Francis, somebody you've played a few times, but mostly long ago. How would you describe what Francis is like right now and what your expectations are for that match?
I mean, for me, it's another match. I mean, clearly he's been playing a great tennis here, built off, so I think, a great confidence the past 3 weeks, playing well in Cincinnati, winning some great matches out here. So, of course, I mean, either one of them is very dangerous players. That's just how it is. I actually lost to Popier 3 weeks ago. Had a couple of match points. He comes off from winning Montreal, beating Novak here. So there's just, I think both players are on a very high level right now. It's just however I look at it. But so am I. So I'm just gonna focus on my side of the net and look to increase my game. And I feel like I also can play better. So on that sense, I mean, it's another tough match ahead.
We have time for one more, Bill.
Grigor, congratulations.
Thank you.
Obviously, we have such an incredible sport, incredible game, and few people have the blessing, the opportunity of having a 15-year career. Could you take a minute and just, what would you say the 2 or 3 things in tennis that have changed over your career?
In tennis?
In the sport of tennis, yes.
The players, for start. Ooh, that's a good question. Never thought about that. I think tennis overall has changed. I think I'll start probably with this because, I mean, the game that used to be played back then, it was just different. Maybe like, let's say, a little bit more slower times. The players you had a different diversity of players overall. Yeah, I mean, I would say that's for me personally, that's gonna be the biggest difference. I think when you're in it, when you're still in it, it's very difficult to be like objective, to kind of see what, have an overview on that end. And the only thing I can be extremely, judgmental with is the players. I mean, I've seen quite a few generations of players. Everything is such a fast pace nowadays, and everyone is, is doing their thing, bigger, stronger. So yeah, overall tennis has changed. So I cannot pinpoint the other two. Maybe ask me this question in 5-6 years. Maybe I'll be able to answer better.
Thank you, everyone. Thank
Thanks.
you, Grigor.
Thank you.